Hey folks, how you doing? Ricky here, your ASA instructor. Today we're going to talk about, in our Business Destroyer series, I'm going to go into the area of communication. And one of the most used methods of communicating nowadays is emails. So I want to talk about that because emails can be a help to you or it can be a serious hurt to you. You know, when we talk about emailing, a lot of times people will send out an email with a very confusing message. You're not sure, the reader's not sure what do you want them to do, if anything. And be careful because you'll go to some services or companies and they'll give you emails that you did not put together. They'll say, hey, we thought it all the way through. All you need to do is send it out. It's called good copywriting. But understand something, if that message is not your message, then you really can't speak to it if even somebody got back to you. You'd have to continually depend on what the other people had put together and follow a series. The most emails that are designed by companies and copywriters go out in series. And a lot of times they intended just to keep in touch and try to convince people they need to purchase a product or a service. Make sure that when you're sending your message out, you're real clear. And the best person to present your message is you. And to be honest with it, if you have a company you want people to look at, say that. If you have a product you want them to buy, say that. If you want them to buy the product and be part of the company, say that. But make sure it's coming from you. You're going to be the best person to present yourself. Also in that area, make sure that you're not repeating the same information. A lot of times people are sending out an email and all it does is repeat exactly what the email before it had said. In other words, if it said buy a product, buy a service, and then the following day or week you tell me the same thing, email is not working against you. It's not helping you. So you want to keep that in mind. Also, spam is not a problem. People are always talking about getting spam. Most folks won't send out enough emails to even qualify to be what be considered a spammer. And there are people who do that, could care less about the recipient of their message. They're just sending it to any and everybody they can. So keep this in mind. Spam is a reality. It means that you've sent some message to a party that didn't request it and that you had no contact with, that you hadn't spoke with previously, or they asked for one of your services, or they had agreed to have additional mail sent to them. So keep in mind, spam's not really a problem. It's something you want to keep in mind. You do not want to have that happen. But the good news about spamming, generally for the person you send it to, they got this magic button called delete, and they can also just unsubscribe. So if they get something, most legitimate email services are going to have a way for people to unsubscribe, or they always have, the recipient always has the power of deleting and then even blocking if necessary. But that probably won't be your experience because you're not going to be doing those things. The other thing to keep in mind is email services. Okay, a lot of you will jump into a program and they'll say, listen, here's the first thing you should listen to. Is this a good idea? And here's the answer to that. No, it's not a good idea if the company that you're using recommends that you go create what they call a junk email account. And generally they'll recommend Gmail or even Yahoo, and it'll say, basically, I'm never going to answer these emails at yahoo.com. Then they'll say, set that up. Now you come over and you now start sending your message out. Here's the crack up. If you just created a junk account, and everybody else has been told to create a junk account, who's reading your message? Where's it going? Oh yeah, the numbers sound good. We're sending this out to 1 million or 100,000. Yeah, they're being sent out. That's true. They're not being read. That's also true. Then they fall into this category of being considered spam. And they also go in with the confusing message, and it has, it's no worth to me. And I do this for a living, and so I get tons of this stuff, and I always crack up when I see people pay money for these services where they tell you up front, go create a junk account. Now, talking about accounts, free comes with a cost. Let nobody fool you. A lot of people recommend getting Gmail accounts or Yahoo accounts or other type email providers, and that's great. That's okay if you know why you're getting that account. Now, you're going to pay for using the accounts by the fact that a lot of these companies are using your eyeballs to be shown a lot of products and services by all the people that they are contacting. You know what? Any company in the world is trying to get new customers going to listen to anybody says, hey, I have 100,000 people coming over every day to pick up their mail. And while they're there to pick up their mail, they have to look at my banners, my text ads. They have to be exposed to the message I want to promote to them. So your free is not necessarily free. What I do recommend is that you have your own private email account. And you can purchase, generally you'd have to spend a few dollars to get a private account. This is an account you want to send people to that you don't want them exposed to that. Because remember, you are exposing your reader, your recipient, to whatever you're sending them to. So if you're sending me a Yahoo account or a Gmail account and I'm getting bombarded with commercials and advertisements, I may never get to your message. Or if there's, I'm getting hit up with all these different responses from now other people that I never spoke to, but because of your connection, they now reach me. We may not do business, but if you have your own private account, then you want to use your private account because that's the best way to have good communication going. And I'm not saying don't use the Yahoos or the Gmails, but I'm saying understand why you're using them and understand there's no real thing that's free. Okay? So keep that in mind. Moving right along, here's what you want to do. You want to make sure that your message is always consistent. You need to know what you want me to do and then tell me that. You want to make sure that, hey, your frequency is scheduled. It's not accidental. Don't bombard people daily with a message. And even if you're in social groups, even if you're in with these social sites, you want to think about what am I putting out to people. And the key is this. Make sure you're offering value with everything you send them. Okay? It's something that make their day better. Even I know a lot of people send out words of encouragement, and that's cool. But make sure you know why you're sending the message. Now, if you are just trying to get into that recruiting mode from one of these network marketing companies, understand the position you just put yourself into. Okay, these are the things that will kill your business. I mean, these are the business destroyers. Your communication method and your communication message is extremely important. You need to know why you're doing it the way you're doing it. And if you don't know, get educated. So I'm an instructor. I'll be glad to help you with that area. Hey, look, I look forward to speaking with you and meeting you. And until then, you have the most fantastic days you can.